real life, feel like I'm on a TV show.
Did you see the hidden cameras?
No.
I've never seen a hidden camera, but I guess they're hidden so I wouldn't
You wouldn't see them,
it.
right? Shh, you can't tell nobody.
Your interview process, like, was it just something that popped up? Did you talk to people?
Actually, shout out to Mom. She sent it to me because she knows, I'm always looking for different jobs.
This can't be real. Like, this needs to be a TV show.
Because so much craziness that they didn't even script. A car crashed in the front door, Albertson fires. That with the documentary crews being there, F the documentary, like this needs to be a TV show. Honestly, learning their names was the hardest part of it. They just take on a persona of themselves that they have in their mind. The purpose of retreats, right, are just to team building and come together as a family, and that's exactly what happened. The positions where they fit, all their backstories, just the bond, it just seemed so real. And then the next day or two, fucking Sia shows up, and you see the cameraman trying to get every moment of Sia, and I was just like, yeah, I should have known.
That's so funny.
Like, I didn't even know what kind of TV show it was. Come to find out, I was the only one without my phone.
What job do you want next? I don't think you're ever going to struggle to find work again because I think anyone's going to want to hire you after this. Lemon Drops, welcome back to The Squeeze. Happy Wednesday. First of all, I just want to thank you guys for the love that you gave me last week. I just feel so grateful to get to experience this with such a loving community. Like, I literally can't get over the fact that you guys just give me so much love, and the amount of messages that I've received, I see them. I try to look at all of them, especially now because there's just so many women that are reaching out to me, telling me what they're going through in their pregnancy. So many of us are pregnant at the same time right now. So it's really special that we get to do this together. And again, I'm just so thankful that this is my job and that you guys just have given me such amazing love and support. And even though I don't see you in person, I can feel your love through all of our social apps, and it's just so special. Okay, so I know last episode I was raving about our guests for the next week and how I've been trying to get her on forever and that she's amazing. So that episode, actually, you're going to have to wait one more week for, because that will be next week's episode, because this week's episode actually just came up last minute and it was perfect timing with the finale of the show ending. So we had to just bump this episode up to come out this week. And if you guys have never heard of Jury Duty or Company Retreat, which is basically season 1 and season 2 of a show on Amazon Prime, you have to go watch it right now. This show, the creators of this show are truly so smart. Basically, the premise of this show, this season specifically, Company Retreat, is where Anthony, who is our guest today, Anthony thinks that he's been hired as a temp assistant for a small business called Rockin' Grandma's Hot Sauce, not realizing that the company, the retreat the company goes on, and nearly everyone around him is part of this elaborate staged comedy setup. So basically, Anthony is the only person that is not an actor. Everyone around him is an actor. Everyone's portraying these characters. And it's basically a social experiment to see what Anthony will do. And the first season was Jury Duty, and it followed these set of jurors around. This one follows a company, and it's this tight-knit family. It's truly like one of the best shows out there. It makes you cringe in your seat in the best way. But this season, you really get to see Anthony, who is the hero of the episode and is our guest today. He is just a gem of a human. He is one of a kind, and you can see his kindness play out throughout this season. And he ends up doing some amazing things in the final episode. I'm not going to tell you what they are because I want you to go watch it if you haven't watched it. If you have, you were in for a treat because I asked him all of the questions. How did he not know? What was his interview process like? What did he take away from the experience? Literally every question under the sun I have asked him. So I'm excited for you guys to meet him. He is truly such a sweet soul, and I can't wait for you guys to just hear more about him in this show. If you haven't watched it, listen to this episode today and then go watch it because it's truly so good. And then I will see you guys right back here next week for a very special episode. Anthony, sweet. Welcome to the Squeeze.
Thank you for having me.
I'm super excited because Jury Duty, Company Retreat, those are like me and my husband's favorite shows. Jury Duty, when that came out, it took me a minute to get into it because I like when things are uncomfortable, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to crawl in a hole. My husband like thrives off of it. Like he just is obsessed with it. So when the second season came out, we were so excited. So I'm excited to like hear from you and your experience because that's, I feel like the biggest like question mark, because obviously we kind of understand the production side of it, but you not knowing anything was even going on.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay, well, we start each episode off with this jar little game called Citrus Got Real. If you want to pull a little question out of there and read it for us.
Okay. I feel like you put the
I
good ones on
I know.
top.
I try to stack some so they're like easier to reach, but then no one goes for them.
If you had to live in one decade forever, which would you choose? I'd probably say like the 2000s to like 2010. That's when like the world was still just raw. We didn't have so much technology. Like people were still being people, but we were slowly advancing. Like we were getting the good technology, but not so much to where I felt like we were in an advanced civilization.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I feel like my TikTok feed as of recent has been very like showing nostalgic things. Like I came across this TikTok of a girl that posted like this little Hello Kitty alarm clock that I had. And it was literally just the most simple clock. And it was like a tea mug. And there was like games I used to play as a kid. But I always think about that, like going outside and playing till the streetlights come on and things like that.
100%. Yeah. And dancing in the rain, I used to do that. And like we would roll around in the puddles out on the concrete. My dad used to get so mad at us. Well, not mad, but he was like, get off the ground.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so sweet. I know. I feel like our generation is going to bring that back. Like, I feel like we swung so much into like technology heavy. And I feel like I know so many of my friends that our moms are doing things with their kids where they're not having a phone till like they're 16, or there's like a communal phone that's in the house that they could
house
use.
phone.
Yeah, literally. If they want to like have an Instagram, they can do it on that, but that like has to be used like in the kitchen and nowhere else. So I feel like we're kind of like swinging back that way.
I saw somebody, I don't know who it was. I saw somebody said that they make their kids, they only can have their phone in the kitchen. Like they can't take their phone to their room. They can't. I'm assuming they let them like take it to like their friend's house if they're leaving. But essentially, for the most part, when they're at home, they can't really have their phone unless they're sitting there. In the kitchen.
I know.
And I love that.
It's so interesting. Okay, well, I'm excited to dive in because I have so many questions that I'm like so excited to ask.
Shoot.
And I know the viewers are definitely gonna want to know the answers to these questions. But first of all, I want to start. Had you been doing temp work? Like, what exactly is it? Just like short contracted work?
So I don't know what in the moment. I guess I called it temp work. Really, just looking for jobs that fit with my schedule with my son. So I have a week on, week off schedule. And really, so it started with valet, and I did valet for like 3 or 4 years, and got very close with a lot of the hiring managers. And so they would just basically say, "Hey, we got a shift today. Do you want it?" So that was cool. Like they would just text me like I can pick it up. There's different apps out there where you can just pick up shifts, and like now, well, not so much anymore, but I serve weddings. I live in Nashville, so like we would work Titans games or like set up music events and like help break them down and stuff like that. So it is very temporary in the sense that like I might just show up and do it for one day, or there's the valet where it's like it lasted for a long time, but I wasn't on a set schedule.
Okay, how long was this set supposed to be for your schedule?
A little under 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. What was your interview process like for that? Was it just something that popped up? Did you talk to people?
Yeah. So actually, shout out to mom. She sent it to me because she knows, I'm always looking for different jobs.
Yeah.
So she sent it to me, and I just applied. I applied to the ad, and then they got back to me pretty quickly after I applied. And then I had 2 Zoom interviews. I'm not sure with who they were with, but it was to a temp company. It wasn't with Rockin' Grandmas at the time. I was applying to a temp company.
Got it.
And then after, I had those 2 Zoom interviews, I almost forgot about it. It was like a month and a half before they even said anything to me. And then they reached out and was like, hey, I think we want to move forward with you. And then at which point, that's when I got on the Zoom with Kevin, which is shown in the show. And then after that, they just kind of sent me the details, hey, the time, the date, the pay rate, and all of that. And then, yeah, we got going.
That is so crazy. Do you know if by the time when you did talk to him, were you the only person that they had picked, or do you know if they were still talking to people?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Had you heard of jury duty?
Not before.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
At the very end, when they were like explaining to me what jury duty was, they showed me a picture of Ronald, and I was like, okay, he looks familiar, but I didn't know that he was from jury duty.
Yeah. I feel like once spring hits and the days start getting longer, I'm just naturally outside more, moving more, doing more, and I've realized how much more important it is to actually stay hydrated. I used to think that I was doing enough by just drinking water, but there's such a difference between just drinking water and actually feeling hydrated. That's why Liquid IV is such a game changer, especially their hydration multiplier, sugar-free and mandarin orange. It's this really refreshing citrus flavor that actually makes me want to drink more water. It has 3 times more electrolytes of the leading sports drink and 8 essential vitamins, which I love because it feels like you're actually giving your body what it needs and not just guessing. If you follow me on social media, you have seen how much I post about Liquid IV. I just absolutely love them because just 1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. It's powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. And I've really noticed a difference on days when I'm busy, traveling, or just on the go. It's so easy. You just tear, pour, mix in your water, and you're good to go. And it actually keeps you hydrated longer too. It can retain hydration for up to 4 hours compared to water alone. It's just one of those small habits that makes a really big difference in how you feel throughout the day. Stay hydrated with the vibrant burst of candy sweet mandarin orange from Liquid IV, the science-backed hydration you can trust and enjoy. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code SQUEEZE at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code SQUEEZE at liquidiv.com. I feel like managing money day to day is one of those things that should sound simple, but somehow it can feel a little more complicated than it needs to be. Like whether it's splitting dinner with friends, paying someone back, or just keeping track of your spending, those little things add up. And it's nice when you have something that just makes it all feel easy and seamless. That's where Cash App comes in. I love Cash App because it just fits into your everyday routine without feeling complicated. It's super straightforward and everything is in one place. Cash App feels like it just takes something that could feel stressful or annoying and makes it feel a lot more manageable. Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your terms. Now, when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App card or Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks benefits like up to $200 for free overdraft coverage, higher borrow limits, and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places you love to shop. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Green, overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App, A Block, Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Support for today's episode comes from Square, the business platform that helps sellers become neighborhood favorites. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or just trying to keep up with everyday demand, Square keeps your business running smoothly. From payments to POS to online orders, inventory, staff, and more, all in one place so you can focus on your customers, not your to-do list. Ready to grow or streamline how to run things? Square is offering listeners up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/squeeze. Again, that's SQUARE.com/go/squeeze. Start with Square and build a setup that grows with your business. I feel like once you start paying attention to it, you realize how many of your favorite local spots are actually using Square. There's a coffee shop that I go to all the time, and every time I check out, it's just so seamless. Whether it's tapping to pay or getting a receipt instantly, or even just how quickly everything moves, it feels really easy and smooth. And you can tell the people working there aren't stressed about the system. They're actually focused on the customers. Square really brings everything together: payments, online orders, inventory, all of it. So business owners don't have to juggle a bunch of different systems. It just makes everything feel so streamlined. And whether someone is just starting out or growing their business, I love that it can scale with you. You can really build something that works for you and evolves as you grow. Square helps you run your business more smoothly, bringing payments, operations, and insights together in one place, so you're ready for whatever is next. Right now, listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/squeeze. That's SQUARE.com/go/squeeze. Get started with Square and build a setup that works the way you do. Because I feel like you even said it. There were so many times where you were like this can't be real. Like this needs to be a TV show.
And yeah, and that's, I think that's where how I got to that point of like, this feels like a TV show, is because so much craziness that they didn't even script. So, went to Albertsons one morning. So every morning I had to go do runs.
Yeah.
A car crashed in the front door of Albertsons and broke the door. We had fires. We had all of this. And I think that with the documentary crews being there, I was like, F the documentary. Like, this needs to be a TV show, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's how I got to that. Not the conclusion of it, that it's a TV show, but it needs to be a TV show, or I feel like I'm in one.
Yeah. What did they tell you? Because obviously there's cameras, there's cameramen walking around. What did they tell you they were filming?
So it was a documentary of basically big businesses versus small businesses, which isn't a lie, I guess, because it was a big business versus small business.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a documentary.
And that was probably like easy for you to just kind of like get on board.
Yeah,
with.
For sure. Like, sign me up.
Yeah. I was thinking too, like, there must just be, because of all of the craziness and because these characters that the cast played are just like so absurd. I'm sure there's like a point where it almost feels normal in a sense, because it's all just like at this like absurd level. Like nothing's really like standing out. Do you feel like that maybe was like
yes and no. So at a certain point, you do just gotta like buy into the craziness, and like I think that allowed me to open up and like kind of have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
But there were also moments where it wasn't so crazy either. Like Alex or Dougie, he wasn't always being
his Dougie self.
Yeah, his Dougie self. Thank you. Yeah, he wasn't always being his Dougie self. Sometimes it was just cool, normal conversation.
Yeah, I know. I think we forget too, like how much time was actually like how much you are communicating with everyone and how much isn't shown. I think they showed the stat like at the end of the last episode. It was like 3,600 hours or something crazy like that of just.
And then you mix in the fact that, at least me anyways, and we had a seminar. It was a digital detox, so we all had to give up our phones, but come to find out I was the only one without my phone. So when you don't have a phone and funny. They can't be on their phone around me, so it's like that's all we really had to do was do these seminars and sit there and really connect with each other.
Yeah. Looking back, is there any standout moments to you that you're just like, oh my gosh, like I really should have like questioned that, or like why wasn't that so crazy to me?
So one moment that wasn't even shared at all, but Warren, it was his birthday, and I went on a store run, and I went and got him a cupcake, and it was like a big one, but it was just a singular one, right?
Yeah.
And so we sang happy birthday and stuff, and Doug, he was not there. So we was talking about it that same day. It was a little later, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got one of those cupcakes," and I was like, It was only, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, it's only one, so I don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
But that was just a moment where there was like the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up.
Yeah.
Obviously, Trucus bringing in Sia and just everything. There was they brought us a spa day. Like they literally got everybody from a spa and brought them into one of our seminar rooms, and the brunch with all the big table and the big setup.
Yeah.
To me, looking back, I'm like, this was a little extra, right?
Yeah.
And then also, me and Jimmy were working on his talent show performance, and we were trying to remix an Eminem song, and then Alexis, one of the producers, came out and she was like, "This is it's a small documentary. We don't have the copyrights. We can't do that." So I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then the next day or two, fucking Sia shows up, and you see the cameraman trying to get every moment of Sia.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I should have known.
That's so funny. I mean, how could you? I feel like people when they're like, he knows he's being filmed. Like, obviously, you know, to some extent, because they're telling you like they're filming a documentary. So you're not like, you know, obviously you're privy to that there is cameras floating around.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. And you honestly, you forget about, like, when you're not talking directly to them, I think you forget about them.
Yeah. I want to hear about these seminars, because the seminars were honestly like the hardest thing for me to watch. And it, like, I liked in the last episode that they really showed a lot of the cast and like how they literally like could not even like keep a straight face during some of these seminars. Like what was that experience like for you? Because some of them were just like absurd.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a better word is than absurd.
Yeah. Like, just for example, I forget his name. The one he climbed Mount Everest.
Yeah, I know. That's the one I was thinking of.
But at the same time, like, a lot of those seminars, most of them had good messages, right?
Yeah.
What else? Because there were some that were so boring. Like, I literally was just sitting there. I get cold very easily, and like, so I would just like check out and just be like shivering and just like shaking.
Yeah.
What other seminars did we have? Please forgive me. This was like 3 years ago, so I have to, or like 2 years ago, so I have to remember.
That's crazy. It just took them that long to like. That's crazy.
Yeah, to edit and everything. They had so much film that they had to go through, and then actually doing the work of editing it together. And, you know, I'm sure they sent it to people to make sure, you know, the final cut was good. Or,
yeah, because I know they like write out a script, but it's so like up in the air. But I bet there was still so many things that like popped up, and you have to still make a cohesive storyline because it is a show at the end of the day. What are the emotions? Because I honestly feel like you handled it so well, like finding out that none of it was real. And I just thought it was like so sweet how you were just like, you just like believed it right away, and you were so just like still loved everyone. And also was so sweet to see the whole cast, like everyone crying, and just like you could really feel how it was really cool to see how deeply they, as humans, like as their true selves, like actually cared for you too, as they had been playing a character this whole time. What was that moment like for you? Like, how long did it take to actually sink in that it wasn't real?
Yeah, I would say it didn't really sink in until like I got home and kind of really started watching the first season. Just like in the moment, like right after the reveal, it's you don't really even understand. Like, I didn't even know what kind of TV show it was, right?
Yeah.
Until after, you know, we kind of did a little celebration, and then we went and sat down. I would say probably like 2 to 3 months after the fact.
What are those initial, like, is there a sense of not betrayal or like questioning your trust in people, but I'm sure after going through such high emotional things, because the show definitely takes you on this emotional roller coaster, and you feel bad for these characters, even though they are insane. You feel bad for them, and you were so sweet and helping them through these scenarios. Did you have any of those thoughts?
No, not at all. I kind of, you know, especially looking back at it now, I look at it like they hired me to go hang around comedic actors all day, and then at the end they're like, oh, by the way, we recorded it and we want to show the world. How do you feel? Like, there was no resentment or hate or anything like that.
Yeah. My husband really wanted me to ask you this question. If you're just always nice. Like, I feel like Amazon is just like thanking their lucky stars that they picked you to do this, because I feel like you are truly like the perfect person for this, because they needed someone that genuinely cares for people. And I feel like you embody that so well.
Thank you.
So are you always this nice of a human?
So I like to think I always try to be respectful, right? Now, obviously you can push me and get me to the nice side.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like I said, I think I just try to be respectful.
Yeah. What was it like for you meeting the actual humans that were playing these characters? As like learning their names, like what was that like?
Honestly, learning their names was the hardest part of it. They're honestly the same, or not the exact same people, but I just like they just take on a persona of themselves that they have in their mind and just fall into that, right? I'm gonna use Alex as an example. He had a more young, you know, childish mindset, right? So I just picture him going back to his younger self and like what would I have done in this scenario, right? So I feel like I still got to know them, just one part of them. So since then, just learning the other sides of them.
Yeah. Do you still keep in contact with anyone?
Yeah, absolutely. All of them. All of them, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Alex, though, that's my brother. Helen or Stephanie, she's so sweet. She'll send like Christmas cards, or she actually bought me. You'll see it in the reunion shoot, or the reunion shoot. I had on a red hoodie that says Hero. She made me one, and she made one for my son.
Oh.
So I've just sending stuff back and forth, and just text, FaceTimes every now and again, just to check on each other.
That's so sweet. Yeah, I feel like there's such like a deep bond. Like not a trauma bond, but some weird form of a trauma bond
similar.
that you guys go through because it is especially because it is so intense. Like you don't have your phone. They're playing this persona literally every second of every day. Yeah. Like that's probably so tiring for them to having to do this and really like trying not to laugh and trying to remember all of the details. I love that they did that in the last episode. Like they had to really... The difference between the 2 seasons with jury duty, no one knew anyone. So they didn't have to like build these memories or be like, oh yeah, at the company retreat this many years ago, this happened. Or
yes, and they did a phenomenal job. From the moment I walked in the door, like PJ being the receptionist, like he just fits.
Yeah.
Just the positions where they fit, all their backstories. Like, you go in the warehouse and Lanisa and Jimmy are like, warehouse, you know what I'm saying? Like just the bond, it just seemed so real.
Yeah. When you found out that it was like an Amazon Prime show and after like watching jury duty, were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you embarrassed? Like what was the anticipation waiting to like see the season?
A little nervous, just because I'd never seen my face on a screen, especially in this manner before.
Yeah.
Never did I feel embarrassed at all because they never did anything to like make it a joke on me, right? So never did I ever feel embarrassed.
Did you see the hidden cameras?
No, no. How would I see them? They
I know.
were hidden.
I know. I've never seen a hidden camera, but I guess they're hidden, so I wouldn't.
You wouldn't see them,
it.
right?
But I've never like even had the thought to. So you just thought it was like the guys, like the actual cameramen walking around.
There was 3 of them, and it was the same guys every day, and then there was 2, I guess what you would have called producers.
Yeah.
And they were there every day at the same time. They showed up the same time every morning. They left the same time every day.
Oh my gosh. It's so, I want to like, after the first season, my husband was like, I have to be a part of this show. And then he thought about it and he was like, actually, that would literally be like the most terrifying thing. It's so, James Marsden's been doing like interviews and he was like, someone asked him if he was sad he wasn't in this second season. And he was like, no, I'm not sad because that was the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. Like, I can't imagine that as an actor, like what that takes of you, because it is literally like all day 24/7
all the time. But on the same side, I feel like it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Like you're in on it, and it's like it's exciting too.
Yeah, no, you're in on the bit for sure. You said it took you like a couple months to process everything. Did you feel any form of like emotional crash from it, because you were defending these characters like to the end, like you literally were like had your hand on this contract and you were like, don't sign it. Was there any form of emotional crash after that you were like, oh, like thank God, like that like actually wasn't real?
I mean, a little bit, not towards them, me saving the company and them possibly losing their job and like feeling okay about that.
Yeah.
I would say that there was a bit of a crash, right, from just excitement and joy of like just being a part of something so big.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I think about it like I'm the kid on Christmas Eve, right? You're waiting all day until Santa comes. For me, I had to wait like a year and a half. And it was like that big excitement, that rush of like knowing that I'm gonna be a part of it. But then I had to go back to my normal life and just like almost forget about it. So just being so excited for a long time did kind of make me frustrated in a sense.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where I would call it the crash, because it's like, oh my God, I'm so ready. And then you're just tired of being ready all the time and you're ready for it to be here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're anticipating something that is a world that you've never been a part of. And, so much of you was shown on it. Like you were just yourself, literally. They have so much footage of you. So I'm sure there's so much like anticipation, not because you're scared that they're going to show a bad side of you, just because you literally have no idea what this world even looks like. And you're just waiting to see it. Waiting and waiting to see it. I feel like I've definitely gone through phases with makeup where it felt like I was constantly trying to perfect everything, covering things up, layering products. And then you look in the mirror and it just doesn't even feel like you anymore. And I don't want to look like a completely different person. I just want my skin to look healthy and fresh. Like me, just a bit more glowy. And that's honestly why I've been so obsessed with Jones Road Beauty. Their Miracle Balm has been such a game changer for me. It doesn't mask your skin. It actually just enhances it. It gives you that really effortless, natural glow without feeling heavy or like you're wearing a ton of makeup. I love how simple it is. You can literally just use your fingers, no brushes, no complicated routine, and it replaces so many steps. I'll use it as a blush, a highlight, even on my lips sometimes. And it's just one of those products that makes getting ready so much faster. And the best part is that all their products are actually good for your skin. Everything is made with really thoughtful, skin-loving ingredients, so it feels like you're taking care of your skin while you're wearing it, not just covering it up. They also just have their Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer, which is great for when you want a little more coverage, but still want to feel super lightweight and natural. If you want makeup that brings out your natural glow instead of hiding it, Jones Road is the way to go. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a free shimmer face oil on their first purchase when they use code SQUEEZE at checkout. Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code SQUEEZE at checkout. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know that we sent you. I feel like we've all had those moments when you're craving something sweet and you reach for one of those quote unquote better for you freezer options and it just does not hit the same. Like you want something that actually tastes satisfying, not something where you're taking bites pretending it's good. That's where Yasso comes in because they are the real deal. Yasso took everything you love about ice cream and upgraded it with creamy frozen Greek yogurt. The best of both worlds, delicious ice cream taste and better for you nutrition. And they have so many options, bars, chocolate crunch bars, sandwiches, poppables. And Yasso just launched their new Spoonables, which each have around 400 calories and 19 grams of protein per container. The Spoonables come in 5 delicious flavors: chocolate chip cookie dough, cookies and cream, fudge brownie, mint chocolate chip, and coffee chocolate chip. They're all made with Greek yogurt and truly feel like a treat at the end of the day. I have been so obsessed with these because it's one of those things where you don't feel like you're compromising because it actually delivers on both taste and what you're looking for in a frozen treat. You can find new Yasso Spoonables at a grocery store near you. Now through April 30th, Yasso is giving away 40,001 of their new Spoonables. Head to yasso.com/squeeze to enter and upgrade your freezer. That's YASSO.com/squeeze to enter and find the full giveaway details, rules, and regulations. I feel like when life gets busy, dinner is always the first thing that becomes stressful. It's so easy to fall into the habit of ordering takeout or just throwing something together that doesn't actually make you feel your best. And lately, I've been trying to be more intentional about what I'm eating, especially making sure I'm getting enough protein and just having meals that feel more balanced. That's why ButcherBox is such a great option. ButcherBox delivers 100 premium protein options straight to your door, including 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, crate-free pork, and wild-caught seafood. It's all responsibly raised and thoughtfully sourced, so you're not guessing about what's on your plate. For over a decade, ButcherBox has led the industry with meat and seafood that's antibiotic-free, hormone-free, and independently verified because when it comes to fueling your body, quality isn't extra, it's everything. Clean, whole protein means better support for strength, metabolism, and that steady, all-day energy we're all chasing. I love how easy ButcherBox makes it to prioritize getting enough protein and having just good meals. Meals are truly the first thing that go out the window for me when life gets busy. So having something delivered straight to your door really takes the guesswork out of everything. As an exclusive offer, new listeners can get their choice between chicken breast or top sirloin for a year or ground beef for life, plus $20 off when you go to butcherbox.com/squeeze. That's right, your choice of chicken breast or top sirloin for a year or ground beef for life, plus $20 off your first box and free shipping always. That's butcherbox.com/squeeze. Don't forget to use our link so they know we sent you. Like, what was the most fun moments to you? Is there anything that stands out to you that the sagebrush dinner was super fun, or doing the little challenge thing? Is there anything that stands out to you that you were genuinely just had the best time doing?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we played wiffle ball and they didn't put it in there, but that's okay. Big baseball guy, and everybody everybody played and everybody
Yeah.
like showed up. They didn't half-heartedly play like, why are we out here doing this? Everybody genuinely showed up and was like having fun, and that meant a lot to me. And then the ride back from Sagebrush, Kate or Erica was in the back, and then Rachel or Claire was right beside each other. And Claire was flirting with Kate. And I was like, weren't you just trying to flirt with the boss? And then
funny.
me and Mark Sully sitting there cracking up about what we just like, we saw them kissing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And he's like, shh, you can't tell nobody. So just that whole bus ride back was hilarious.
I feel like the group had such fun people. Like everyone was just felt so positive and so down. So I just feel like it looked like you guys were just genuinely like having the best time.
Yeah, it
doing
literally
everything.
was like the purpose of retreats, right, are just to build, team building and come together as a family. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Getting into who you are outside of company and retreat. What's something about your life that people would maybe be surprised to know?
I guess I'll say I'm a homebody. I
Yeah.
don't really like to go out too much. I spend time with my family, and outside of that, I'll be at the house.
Yeah. What's been the biggest change for you, life before this and life now? Do you feel like you're still able to keep sense of normal in your life now that the show is out, or what's kind of been the biggest shift for you?
Yeah, for the most part, it's been pretty normal. Just like my day-to-day life. Here lately, it's been changing a little bit. Just people coming up to me and talking to me and stuff and sharing a lot of love. I think the biggest change for me is just fighting my thoughts. And what I mean by that is like, everybody is telling me you're such a good person, and eventually you'll want to believe, like buy into that, and that can change you. And I didn't feel like I had to previously fight that, right? And now that I'm getting all this outside
Yeah. Like attention.
attention,
Yeah.
it's like I have to sometimes stop myself and be like, yo, go back to the old you. You're like,
Yeah.
don't let it get to you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what makes what everyone's saying is true, that you have that foresight to not let it get to your head, because it very easily can. Very easily. Have you gotten used to people like coming up to you? Because I know you're kind of a quiet guy. Is that adjustment hard for you, or is it just fun because it's just a fun time right now?
It's more fun just because everybody's so sweet and so kind.
Yeah.
And it honestly just started like when the first episode dropped, nobody really said anything to me. But since the finale, it's been picking up.
Yeah. How do you prioritize your mental health?
So I isolate.
Okay.
I put my phone down, turn the TV off. Don't let any outside influence me at all. Honestly, I try not to think. I try to just let my mind just be blank and just kind of reset myself.
Yeah. What job do you want next? Because I think after seeing this and the human that you are, I don't think you're ever going to struggle to find work again, because I think
crossed, right?
I think anyone's going to want to hire you after this.
Honestly, so what I would like where I want to retire at, I just want to build a baseball facility and complex to where I can just coach and like host tournaments and stuff like that. But from now until then, I would like to do like brand deals, endorsements, maybe smaller commercials.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would be cool to be in like movies and stuff like that, but that's not something I'm chasing.
Yeah.
For instance, like I love Teen Wolf growing up. So like if they had an opportunity for me to jump in there on one season, like I think that would be dope.
Yeah. That's so cool. I feel like you've gotten such a fun intro into like this world too.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to know, what did this experience teach you about yourself that maybe you didn't know before?
That I'm not as much of a talker as I thought I was. And I'll say it made me love myself a little bit more. Obviously the outside, not reinforcement.
The love that you've been getting from people.
from the world is nice, right? But just understanding that I couldn't have made it through without being myself. So just knowing that, it makes me love myself a little bit more.
Yeah. No, that you just being yourself was enough to literally run a TV show, and the whole reason this show exists is just because of the human that you are. So
well, thank you. I like to argue against that because I think there's plenty of kind souls out there. Would they have said things differently or handled things maybe a little differently? For sure.
what does being a good person mean to you now?
It doesn't mean anything different than before. I think we should always lead with love and respect.
What do you think people connected with you so strongly throughout watching your experience on the show?
I'll probably say just my willingness to be a part of a team, honestly, and willing to help out others. Growing up playing sports, like that's all I'm used to, right? So that's just instinctually what I go to.
Yeah, I think your willingness to just like be down to do anything, and also you're so like when someone's like, "Hey, can you run and do this?" You're always like, "Yep, that's what I'm here for." Like
Yeah,
you
let's
always
do
were like
it.
the first one to jump up and do it, and you were so willing to do literally anything all the time, and also just participate in the most like insane activities and things.
They were really fun activities, though.
Yeah.
Most of them were fun.
Yeah. Oh, at least you got to have some real fun.
Yeah. Ronald, he's kind of like, bro, I'm so jealous, bro. You had a whole freaking property. You could roam around. You
That's
could
so
play.
funny.
And he was just sequestered in his hotel room.
What has been because I know you guys have talked and I know this is going to come out. What was it like getting to like talk with him and share
Amazing.
experiences?
Amazing. Much needed. He's amazing, first and foremost. He's been there for me every step of the way. Anytime I call or text, he's there. We're actually going to grab dinner when I leave here. Or a little bit later.
Yeah.
But honestly, I look at him like a big brother. There was one point, I want to say it was the first conversation we had. I told him, I was like, you know, I'm not the only one that's been through this. Like, what can I do for you, right? And he was like, no, bro, I'm here for you. Anything you need, just let me know.
How soon after, like, was it more recent that you guys met, like when the show was coming out airing, or how long have you kind of were you able to kind of talk with him before the show came out and like process the anticipation?
So it was a while after we finished filming. I was on the phone with two of the producers, Nick and Alexis, and I was like, can you send me his contact information so we can talk? And in the middle of me saying that, he said, you know what, mate? That's a bloody good idea. Let me get back to you. Didn't hear nothing for like 3 or 4 months. And then that's when I went back out there to do the reunion shoot.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that because I feel like a lot of people really want to see the behind the scenes of shows and see stuff. So that's why I especially loved the last episode that they really like showed. Like, I think it's just, I like geek out over things. Like, I love knowing and learning things, but it's so interesting to see really like the ins and outs and getting to, hear you guys talk and see more about the show and get to hear from the cast. I think is super special. And I love that they're doing that because a lot of shows obviously don't do that. So I'm excited for myself to see that.
I'm excited as well. Even though I lived it, I haven't seen the edited version, so I'm excited to watch too.
Yeah. Was it fun for you, like watching it back?
Yeah, it's almost like reliving it. I almost want the 36,000 hours or a film or whatever the number is, just to go back and relive every moment of it.
Yeah. Last question I have for you is, what do you hope people take away from your story?
Just be willing to help others. Our Lord tells us to love our neighbors, right? So love your neighbor.
I think that's so special because I feel like I was just talking to someone this morning about this. We're in I feel like we swung a little too much with the boundaries of like setting boundaries on protecting our peace and anything, which I think is important. But I think we need to kind of swing back the other way and have that willingness to help people. And, maybe I don't want to go get lunch with a friend because I woke up and have a headache or whatever it may be. But pushing yourself to do something for someone, I feel like the reward is just so much better. So I think people getting to see you do that with such, for lack of a better word, happy heart, to like literally just go and just be a part of this insane journey and be so willing to help and to be Captain Fun and just do all this fun stuff is really inspiring.
Thank you.
I love that. Last little segment is called Lemon 7. But the first question is, what movie or song title best describes your mental health today?
I'd probably say How Far We Came by Meek Mills.
That's good. I like that. Okay, number 2 is, how open are you with people in life when you're struggling?
When I was younger, not so much. But before this experience, I recently had started opening up more to my family.
Yeah. Number 3 is, if you could follow only 3 social media accounts, what would they be?
ESPN.
Right.
You know who the real big win is?
I don't know.
He's a comedy guy.
Okay.
He's super funny. He never takes anything serious. He
Love
makes
that.
me laugh every video he posts.
Yeah.
So him. And then I would say like Jordan Peterson or somebody that I can look up to and learn and want to better myself from listening to them. Those
are great. Next question is, what is your favorite form of self-care?
I think we touched on this already. Isolation. Just taking time to myself and disconnecting from the world.
Yeah. Number 5 is, what is the most misunderstood thing about you?
So I guess I'll say the most misunderstood thing about me is from, what y'all see and what people say, I'm this outgoing person, in which I can be, but it takes a while for me to get there. You have to make me feel comfortable, and I have to feel that you're comfortable around me, right? For sure. For me to get to that level of just being myself.
Yeah.
So that I feel like people would just think normally I'm just always like that, and I'm not always like that. It takes time for me to get there.
Yeah. Number 6 is, who's had the most positive impact on your mental health?
Oh, my son, for sure. Anytime, if it's been a long day, I'm going through a lot, he can run in there being loud and crazy, doing whatever he wants, but just seeing his face will always make me feel better.
That's so sweet. How old is he?
3.
Oh, that's so special.
But he acts like he's 10 though.
Yeah.
I just think he's grown.
Oh, I know. I'm not looking forward to that.
You should be. It's all of it is great. All of it is great.
I know. I nannied a little girl from 8 months to 4 years old.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, I am familiar with the early stages, years of life, and it's like crazy that I'm gonna like
go through it again.
Do it again. It's gonna be my own child. Just crazy.
I'll tell you this. The first like 2-3 months, maybe like 5, when they have to eat every 2 hours.
Yeah.
That is the worst part about it. But once they get past that and they go to sleeping through the night,
yeah,
you'll be all right.
Yeah, I have been prepared for that. Definitely. My friends have definitely told me that one, so I'm just anticipating hell for a couple months there, and then it'll be better. Last question is, if you can go back to one moment in your life, what moment would that be, and what would you say to yourself?
I'll probably say I would go back to my sophomore year. My sophomore year, I had a lot more. Both my siblings are older than me, so I think once I got to that point, not that my parents stopped caring, but they almost felt as if their kids were grown, and I had a lot more freedom than I should have had. Made some not so great decisions and made some bad habits. So I would go back and tell myself like, yo, just slow down. Don't try to grow up too fast, and just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's sweet. Well, thanks for coming and chatting with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Can I say something?
Oh yeah, hit it.
Team Jacob, first and foremost. No, so when I was younger, our family nights, we would like binge watch movies.
Okay.
And of course, Twilight, there's a bunch of them, so we would fucking binge them. And then when he commented on the video, I kind of fanned out for a minute. I was like, no freaking way.
No, it's so special. That's how this whole episode really came to be. Listeners, Taylor commented, and now we're here. We genuinely are such like fans of the show, so this is so fun. And if you guys haven't watched Company Retreat, you need to go watch it because it's so special. And I'm excited to see all this reunion stuff.
Yes, ma'am. Friday. Perfect.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.